If you are someone who is struggling with an addiction and you really want to break free from it, then stick around, because I'm going to be giving you 4 simple habits that you can implement in your life that will help you to break free from it. I personally have experienced addiction a couple of times in my life, and honestly, addiction is not really something which is easy to deal with. It is difficult, but these strategies which I'm going to be giving you, they are tried and proven, and they really work for me, and I'm pretty sure they can help you too. The first thing to do to break free from an addiction is to fast from that addiction. For instance, if you are struggling with using your phone or scrolling on social medias endlessly, you can fast from that phone. If you are struggling with pornography, you can fast from that pornography. Whatever you can be struggling with, maybe it's drinking alcoholism, fast from that alcohol. Now, it's important to know that when we fast, we are abstaining ourselves from doing what we really enjoy. We stop giving our bodies what it really wants, which means that fasting is not actually fun. It is difficult. Fasting requires self-discipline. It requires abstinence. That means that fasting is difficult. Fasting is hard because your flesh is fighting harder for you to give it what you have already given it before, but also you are trying to self-discipline yourself so that you will not fall into that habit again. So it can be a struggle. In fact, it's not everybody who is able to self-discipline themselves. If everyone was able to self-discipline themselves, then nobody can fall into an addiction. We can do some habit, we can fall into a bad habit, then quickly get out of it. But since self-disciplining ourselves is not that easy, that's when we end up falling into those addictions. I can tell you that the hardest fast I've ever done in my life was fasting from my phone. I really get easily addicted to my phone. I get easily entertained by my phone, and many times I fall into this pit of addiction. I'll be on my phone scrolling until I start feeling my head hurting, until I start feeling like my brain is burning, yet I cannot stop myself. I know honestly dealing with an addiction is difficult. Sometimes I could even turn on TV, the TV is playing and I'm on my phone scrolling. I'm not focusing on TV, yet I'm not even focusing on what I'm watching on this phone. You know, it has become just a habit of scrolling down until my head starts hurting, until my brain is burning, yet I cannot stop myself. And I'm like, what am I even doing? And many times I have to cry out to the Lord like, God help me, because I cannot stop myself. But I realize that fasting from that phone really helps. Yes, it is painful. Yes, it's not easy to just throw my phone away and go about my day, but it's really helpful for me. So if you're somebody who says that, okay, I'm addicted to my phone, to social medias, or to any other thing you can think of, fast from that thing. It really works. And this leads me to the second point, which is replacing bad habits with good habits. You cannot get rid of bad habits and remain idle and remain doing nothing. What will happen is that you will find yourself going back to your old habits. What happens with me, I keep my phone down and then I sit like that on the sofa, and after some time, after I start feeling like now I'm free, I'm doing nothing, I run again to my phone. Not because I really need it, not because I want to read something which is important, no, but because it has become a habit. It's like this phone is something which fills a void in me, which satisfies a desire in me. So if I really want to get rid of that phone, then I have to replace that phone with something which is more important, something which is more beneficial, like doing sport. I realize that working out actually helps us to rewire our brains, to redirect our focus from whatever we were doing. So if I want to quickly redirect my focus and redirect my brain and rewire it to think about something else, working out helps. And I'm sure it can help you too. Or I can go out for a walk, speak to a friend, speak to a family member, or read a book, spend time in prayer. I'm talking about the phone because it's something which I really struggle with a lot. But when I manage to put my phone down, I can read the Bible, I can spend time with the Lord. I can do something which is really important and beneficial to both my spiritual health, my mental health, my physical health, and that is more important to me. So if you really want to break free from an addiction, then you need to start planning well about your day and then do something which is beneficial, because many times we get stuck in bad, harmful habits because we didn't plan well about our days. Not because we don't have something good to do, but because we didn't take time to really think about what we're supposed to do with our own lives. I can't tell you how many times I forgot to do something which is good, something which is healthy for myself and for my family, because I spent my time on the phone, because I didn't take time to sit down and think of what I'm supposed to do for the day. I just wake up and then start my day like that. But when I take my time and sit down and write the to-do list, everything which I'm supposed to do, then I'm able to use my time well. So if you are somebody who is addicted to the phone, I'm focusing on the phone because I know that is something which I really, really struggle with so many times. If you're struggling with scrolling on social medias endlessly, start planning your day, start writing your to-do list, and get disciplined. Again, self-disciplining yourself is not easy. It doesn't come naturally. It's something which you have to learn to do every day and force yourself to do each and every day. It doesn't come naturally. Remember that. And sometimes it is painful because you choose to do what is beneficial over what you really want to do. Remember, you are getting rid of something which has become a habit. Getting rid of a habit is not easy like that. It's not easy. It's painful to your body, painful to your mind, and you are redirecting your brain, you are redirecting your focus from a bad negative habit to something which is healthy. The third thing is to get rid of bad company. In 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33 says, "Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good manners." If you really want to get rid of bad manners, then you need to get rid of bad company, bad friends, the people who do not inspire you to become and do better in life. For instance, if you want to get rid of alcoholism, you cannot keep on hanging out with people whom you would drink with. No, you have to get rid of them. If you want to break free from pornography, you cannot keep on visiting those sites or whatever platform you use to watch that pornography. You cannot keep on listening to secular music. You have to get rid of those things. You need to know your triggers and then get rid of them. If, for instance, you're addicted to sex, let me say like that. If you're addicted to fornication and you cannot even stop yourself, then maybe you need to stop dating. I know that telling somebody nowadays to stop dating sounds crazy, but honestly, the best way you can practice abstinence in this era is to stop dating. It will help you big time. So whatever you are struggling with, whatever you can be addicted to, you need to know your triggers. You need to to ask yourself, okay, what would I be doing when I find myself on the phone scrolling endlessly? For me, I know that I find myself scrolling endlessly when I forgot to do what I'm supposed to do, or when I didn't plan about my day, when I feel like I'm free, when I feel like I don't have anything to do. That's when I end up running to my phone. But in reality, it doesn't mean that I'm free. I just didn't take responsibility. I just wasn't responsible enough to write down what I'm supposed to do and follow up and accomplish all my tasks. That's when I find myself on the phone. So for you, whatever you can be struggling with, sit down and ask yourself, what kind of music will I be listening to until I find myself masturbating? What kind of conversation will I be having in my mind until I find myself giving in masturbation or pornography? What kind of people do I hang out with? What kind of conversations do I have with people? What kind of things would I be doing until I find myself doing what I'm not supposed to do? So know your triggers and get rid of them. The best way you can get rid of addiction is get rid of your triggers. Know who you are, know your weaknesses, and work on them. Get rid of anything that can lead you in that kind of addiction, whatever you are struggling with. And the last but not the least is praying. As a follower of Christ, I can wholeheartedly tell you that I can do nothing without Jesus. And I proved myself so many times that I can do nothing without Jesus. I can't tell you how many times I tell myself that, okay, I won't take my phone again, only for me to find myself running again in the bedroom or wherever I kept it to take it again. And I start asking God, help me. I can't seem to break free from this cycle, from this bad habit. Actually, this prayer goes along with fasting, the first point. You can't just fast. You cannot just toss your phone there and then remain like that. You need to fast and ask God to help you. Breaking free from an addiction is spiritual warfare. It is a spiritual battle. So that's why we need to pray for God to help us break free from that cycle, to deliver us from whatever we are struggling with. Praying is very important, and I'm a big believer of the fact that prayer can change every situation. So fast and pray, get rid of bad company, and cultivate good habits. It will really, really help you to break free from that addiction. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. And please remember to like this video and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.